Hi all, welcome to the video. In this video I am going to discuss about normal form. So in previous video I discussed echelon form. So echelon form is also one of the method of finding rank of a matrix. Now this is the third method, normal form. This is also very useful to find rank of a matrix. So like echelon form having some conditions, in the same way normal form also having some conditions. Okay, then in what form the matrix is said to be normal form? So here usually the normal form means it is represented by IR000. You know that what is I? I means this is identity matrix. Okay, so finally if you reduce the matrix into normal form, so normal form means you are getting in this pattern. So if you compare, what is the difference between echelon form and normal form? In echelon form, to reduce the given matrix into echelon form, we are making use of only row operations, but here in case of normal form we are using both row operations as well as column operations. So finally whatever the matrix we are getting, the matrix should contain a identity matrix or unit matrix. Suppose the given matrix of order 4 cross 4. Suppose the given matrix A is of order 4 cross 4. Then if you reduce this matrix into normal form, maybe you are getting a identity matrix of I4 or I3 or I2. So these are the possibilities. Identity matrix of order 4 cross 4, 3 cross 3 or 2 cross 2. Suppose they are giving a matrix of order 3 cross 4, then there is a possibility to get identity matrix of order 3 cross 3 or 2 cross 2. So this is the way. Okay, then let us understand well with the help of example. So let us take one example. Matrix is 0 1 2 minus 2 4 0 2 6 2 1 3 1. So let us take this given matrix as A. Let us take the given matrix as A. Okay, now our target is to reduce this matrix into normal form. Okay, so go with the elementary row and column operations. Before going to the row and column operations, you just observe the given matrix. The first non-zero row is starting with 1. So but here our pivotal element should not be equals to 0. So that is why try to make it non-zero entry by interchanging with any row. So here better you interchange R1 with R2. So completely you are interchanging first row with second row. Then your matrix becomes, in place of first row you are writing second row. Second row elements are 4 0 2 6. Then in place of second row you are getting first row elements, that is 0 1 2 minus 2, and your third row as usual 2 1 3 1. Now you go for row operations. So obviously the first non-zero entry is 4 here. Next identify diagonal elements 4 1 3. So this is your leading diagonal line. So then this below the leading diagonal line, whatever the entries are present here, you need to make it 0 by using row operations. Here, so this element is already 0. Third row, first two elements are non-zero. You need to make these two elements also 0 by using row operation. Then above the leading diagonal line, you are having some more elements, that is 0, 2, 6, 2, minus 2, 1. So these above the leading diagonal line, whatever the elements you are having, you need to make these elements also 0, but here you are using column operations. Okay, so this is usually this diagonal line 413 represents a principal diagonal line. So leading principal diagonal line, so below the leading principal diagonal line, whatever the elements you are having, you need to make it 0 by using row operations, and above the leading diagonal line, whatever the elements you are having, you need to make 0 by using column operations. Let us proceed. So your second row first element is already 0, then you make it third row first element 0. So third row first element is 2 and first row first element is 4. Then using R1 you make it R3 first element 0. So for that your operation is R3 implies 2R3 minus R1, because your R1 first element is 4, R3 first element is 2. You multiply R3 by 2 and subtract R1 from R3. Then your next resultant matrix is first row elements as it is 4, 0, 2, 6. Then second row elements as it is 0, 1, 2, minus 2. Then third row, on third row you are applying the operation 2R3 minus R1. Multiply third row by 2 and subtract with R1. Then your resultant elements are 0, 2, 4, minus 4. Yeah. Now again you need to make this third row second entry 0. So to make third row second entry 0, you make use of R2. So therefore your next operation is R3 implies R3 minus 2R1. R3 minus 2R1. So if you do this, your elements, that is resultant matrix, becomes first row elements as it is 4, 0, 2, 6. Second row elements as it is 0, 1, 2, minus 2. On third row you are applying the operation R3 minus 2R1, 2R2. You please make the correction, because you need to use only R2 to make this element 0. Okay, R2 you are multiplying by 2 and subtracting from R3, right? Then your resultant third row becomes, so 0 minus 0 gives 0, then 2 minus 2 gives 0, then 4 minus 4 gives 0, then 4 minus 4 gives 0. Now you look at the elements, diagonal elements 4, 1, 0. So this is your leading diagonal line. So below this leading diagonal line, all the entries are 0. Then you need to make next entry, that is first row, second entry, first row, sorry, first row, third entry, first row, fourth entry, you need to make 0 using first column. Okay, then you go with the column operations. So your next column operations, here I am writing. So your first row, second entry is already 0. Then you need to make third row, sorry, first row, third entry, first row, fourth entry 0. Okay, so to make it, you use the operation. Here one more thing you can do, because if you observe the first row elements, all the first row elements are 4, 0, 2, 6, all are multiples of 2. Then you better divide first row by 2, then you are getting very simple elements. Okay, here we can use the operation R1 implies R1 by 2. You are dividing completely row 1 by 2. Then your resultant matrix becomes 4 by 2 gives 2, 0 by anything is 0, then 2 by 2 gives 1, and 6 by 2 gives 3. Then your second row, third row as it is, 0, 1, 2, minus 2. Third row 0, 0, 0, 0. Now, so 2, 1, 0 are the diagonal entries. Then you need to make this entry 0, this entry 0. For that, make use of column 1. So now you are starting the column operation. So your first column operation, C3 implies 2C3 minus C1, because your C3 first element is 1. To make it 0 by using column 1, you multiply third column by 2 and subtract from first column. Then similarly, to make fourth column first element 0, you use operation C4 implies C4 implies you multiply 2C4 minus 3C1. Okay, then your resultant matrix becomes first column as it is 2, 0, 0, second column as it is 0, 1, 0, then your third column 2C3 minus 2C1, so that gives 0, then 2C3, 2 to the 4 minus 0 gives 4, then 0 minus 0 gives 0. Go to the fourth column. In fourth column you are using operation 2C4 minus 3C1. Here you are multiplying column 4 by 2 and column 1 by 3. Then your first entry becomes 0, then second entry 2 into 2 minus 4 minus 0, it gives minus 4. So your next entry is minus 4, then 0 minus 0 gives 0. Yeah, now you focus on this element. So you can make this element and this element 0 by using second row, right? Sorry, second column. Then your operation C3 implies C3 minus 4C2. Similarly, C4 implies C4 plus 4C2. Then if you use these two operations, then your resultant matrix becomes, first two columns you are writing as it is 2 0 0 0 1 0. Then next if you use C3 minus 4C2, then your elements becomes 0 0 0. Then on fourth column you use the operation 0 0 0. Yes, now you see this here, your first non-zero row, first non-zero entry is 2. Better you divide here C1 by 2. So here I am doing next one because I need to get finally identity matrix. So for our convenience we are dividing first column by 2. Then therefore the resultant matrix becomes, if you divide first column by 2, then you are getting 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. Now it is of the form normal form. So this is known as your normal form, or it is also known as canonical form. Okay. Yeah, this is your normal form or canonical form. Then here what is the identity matrix you got here? Yeah, it is 2 cross 2 identity matrix. Means you can also write this as I2 0 0 0. This is in this form. So I2 means how many non-zero rows present here? There are 2 non-zero rows. Hence rank of the given matrix is 2. Rank of the given matrix is 2. Okay, this is known as normal form or canonical form. So it is very important. So finally whatever the row or column operations you are using, so you had to get the identity matrix. Here the given matrix of order 3 cross 4. So you may also having chances to get I3, but here whenever you are using elementary row and column operations, here you are getting I2. Okay, so you are not getting I3, I2 you are getting. I2 means rank of the given matrix is 2. And also you please keep in mind, so elementary row and column operations will not change the rank of the matrix. So because rank of the matrix is always unique. Okay, so with this, thank you for watching the video.